Hey everyone. Um, I'm still at work, but I want to go ahead and create this new this new video. I just want to get this video out out of the way. Um, I want to go ahead and say that I've seen videos recently on TikTok about about black women, you know, um, and taking time off for themselves, and I think it's a good idea at this point. Um, and I looked in the I looked in the chats of both of the videos, and all I see is, well, I've seen I've seen positive comments, and you know I've seen black women saying that they're gonna take time for themselves, and meaning they're not marching for anyone else unless it's you know they may they will still march for a black woman. Don't get me wrong, they will. But when as it attains to black men, after after the stuff that was said about them, uh, the hope that black women will march in the streets for black men who face injustice seems kind of dim right now, which means it's a high chance that it may not happen. And I'm gonna tell you why. And the main reason why is in the video, and that's the black man and his ego. See, black men have this huge ego that they are better than everybody else, in, including the women of their race. But most black men do not take the time to realize that without black women marching with black men, the civil rights would never have got would never have gotten to where it is today. The civil rights movement wouldn't have happened. Let's see what else wouldn't have happened. Oh yeah, the Black Lives Matter movement would never have happened. Let's keep it real, because it was black women who started it. And then I found out it was only for black men, and I was like, hey, what about black women? And it turns out it was mainly for black men. So yeah, and I did a video on it. It was a couple of years ago. I did a video about it. Um, yeah, but then I have to get rid of the video because you know, to tell y'all the truth, black men who have a big ego, they can't take criticism. That's the problem with the black man. They can't take criticism like other men can. And that's the problem. And I'm just going to say it, the the black male worshippers are are also responsible for this too, because instead of protecting black women and children, they rather protect the black man instead. I ain't seen not one sign saying black women's lives matter. With and and to tell y'all the truth, I think the divestment movement actually it started because of the black man's ego. They got too big they got too big for their britches, and all of a sudden think that they're better than everyone else, but then want to go ahead and cry racism when something happens. You can't be a high value man and a victim at the same time. But no, black men who listens to the manosphere and their pick me's made it seem as if they're they're high value men. But yeah, on the real, when on the real, th- this is one of the main reasons why, um, you know, well, I would say the divestment movement started because, again, black men's ego. Then you have the fact that most black men are, want a two, um, want two women, and don't try and tell me that's not true because I've seen stories about it. I've seen them stories about it. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And hmm, here's what I want to say. Since since the manosphere gave its supporters this entitlement thing, maybe maybe it is time for black women you know who are staying out the fight. Maybe it's time for them to rest. It's time because after marching to get black men justice and doing all that just for the manosphere, just for black men to go to the manosphere and talk crap about them, yeah, maybe it's time for them to maybe it's time for them to take a rest, you know. And by the way, black men did say they're masculine, so there should be no problem for black men to go out there and march for justice on the behalf of a black man that got taken out by the police. It shouldn't be that hard. But as people say, all of the black manospheric men, all they are is just talk. That's it. Talk and no action. Yeah, they will try to silence the voices of those who disagree with them, but we're going to see if they are willing to show that they're actually masculine. And when something happens to a black man, we're going to see if they really are. And and I agree with the black women who say they do not want to be mammies no more. They do not want to coddle black men, and and after everything that was said about them, I'm be I'm won't be surprised if they say they don't want to be around us. And again, if black men are as masculine as they say they are, then when a black man gets taken out, black men should be the only ones that are marching out. Since the black manosphere say that, you know, they say that black men are masculine and there are no other and all the other stuff. See, here's the thing. I'm not surprised that black women are putting themselves first. I'm not surprised because I knew it was going to happen. I knew it. And and again, you know, ain't no telling, you know, when black women are going to be willing to march for black men again. It may take decades for them to do so, and it's probably never going to happen again. I mean, you will still have the pygmies that will be doing it, that will be marching for you, but as far as the other black women, n- not a chance. And and again, see, here's the thing I found out. I found out that black men do not want to be called out. You know, they do not want to be called out for their behavior, but they will call out black women for theirs. I realize that because if it wasn't proved, then black men wouldn't be working overtime to silence the voices that are trying to tell black men to control their egos. Yet they still do. Yet they do it anyway. So yeah, I'm not surprised that black women are saying they're not marching anymore. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. And to the black women who have sons out there, I'm gonna give you advice. I'm gonna give you some advice real quick. If you have a black son, I'm gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna say how my father and mother told me. If you're not at work, if your son is not at work or with a girlfriend or at his grandma's or auntie's or uncle's house or they they're yeah, if they're not doing those things, that they should be at home, because to me that's the only advice I can give that's going to save them from being a victim of the cops. That's the only advice I got. And here's the thing: if and to the black women who have black sons, if you don't see black women marching for your sons, you can thank the black manosphere. You can thank them. You can thank them because something tells me there are going to be more videos of black women saying they're no longer marching. They're no longer doing it. And to tell you the truth, the black man's ego then played the black man again. It's ironic to me because the black man's downfall is his ego. And I know I ain't supposed to be laughing, but sometimes, sometimes it's, I'm I'm trying, not to laugh or anything. But yeah, the black man's ego is his downfall. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Look at Diddy. Diddy was riding high, you know. He was riding high. Everything was going good until he decided to put hands on Cassie. Now he's in the predicament that he's in. Now they finding out so much stuff. I mean, there's even memes out there about Diddy. Mm, But yeah, the black man's ego is his downfall. It was never the black woman. It was always the black man's ego. Now, I know that there's going to be black men who will agree, and there's going to be those who disagree. But think, but I want y'all to think about this: the videos of black women saying that they're minding their business, they're not marching, which means that's bad, which means that that's a big guarantee if a black man is shot that they will be minding their business. There is a guarantee. Now, and here's another thing for the black women again who are still worshiping black men and calling them kings and all that stuff. Y'all done gassed black men up so much that now their egos are getting out there, which resulting in what you're seeing right now. The black woman has had enough. And no one has ever said this because the women who worships black men are not going to say it. But the black man's ego is getting out of hand. It is at the end of the day. Take it as you will, but yeah, black men in the manosphere said that they are masculine. Okay, okay. So when a black man gets taken out by the police, there shouldn't be no black woman in the marches anymore. There should be only black men and only them. Prove that you're masculine. Prove it. Prove it. Don't just talk about it. Prove it. Because the black woman is tired of the disrespect that they receive from the black men who listens to the black manosphere. So yeah, since black men say they're masculine, prove it. All you gotta do is prove it. Next time when one of us has been taken out, do not go to the black woman to march with you. Go to every single black man who listen to the manosphere. Get them to march for him. And and this is not black male hate speech. This is truth that none of those black men and those black men in the manosphere never told you. And like I said, it may be a lot of black women who feel this way. So yeah, if any black woman who will be marching with y'all, it will only be the pick-me's, and that's about it. Y'all up there whining and complaining. I'm seeing. I even saw this one video of a black man saying that they want unity instead of an apology. I can. I can. Y'all are actually proving the point that me and others have been saying. Ooh. But yeah, but yeah, me and other black men have been trying to tell y'all. We've been trying to tell y'all because black women are a are a well, I would say they were our biggest supporters. No matter how you slice it, they were our um, biggest supporters. There were. Now they are taking. Now they're. Now they're taking. Well, I would say they're um, minding their business now, which means, hey, we're going to be on our own. We don't know how many black women who agree with that. There may be more that agrees with that, but as of right now, I can tell you there's going to be more videos of them saying that they're not, you know, they're not marching. And yes, while there were black men who voted for Kamala Harris, that doesn't take away from the disrespect that black women have faced from black men. That doesn't change a thing. But yeah, the black man's ego is getting out of hand. You know, it is what it is. Yeah, but I'ma go ahead and end this video right here. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.